Very important for him to get through these heats. He's probably going to need, you know, maybe 4 or 5 heat wins to get himself in there.
Well, he can do it, but he's faced against Marco Giorgi from Uruguay, as well as Elijah Gates and Jack Robinson, both surfers advancing out of their round 1 heats that they surfed earlier today. During the break, this is what happened. Opening wave for Nat Young.
Quick start and looking spicy, carrying some speed. Unfortunately, the wave does not allow him any real scoring potential there, so just a throwaway score.
Nat Young, hailing from Santa Cruz, California. He's had a number of starts on the championship tour this year, but he does need to do some, you know, insurance on this qualifying series. Here we go with Elijah Gates, the youngster from Oahu, Kapolei area. Actually, you know, looked really light-footed in his first heat this morning, taking a heat win, the first heat of the day. And it looks like he's continuing on with that form.
Well, again, when you start out in the first heat of the day, what do? Do you hang out all day and watch? Let's take a look at the replay here. Look at the paddle speed in which he executes there, and he holds that speed. This is good surfing. This wave is hard to ride, and he put it together. He's going to get an okay number there on a wave. The scoring potential pretty low. Not a huge set wave. 5
more weeks on the North Shore here. During the interview, Elijah Gates.
This is actually that wave previous. Another one. No, it's very similar. You see how he picked up a ton of speed on that first paddle.
And Nat Young.
So Nat, again, carrying a ton of speed, gets a little air reverse, little pop, one move.
I like it in slow motion.
Again, when you get that board a bit more inverted, which he does, see that tail above the head? That's committed. That's hard to do, to bring that board back under your feet. So just that one move, going to give you a pretty good number.
You know what I noticed, Pete? Little change in equipment for Nat Young. He's been riding DHDs most of the year. I just saw him on a Mayhem.
Well, you know, looking for different opportunities.
Here we go. Marco Giorgi. He's got a little bit more aerodynamic hairdo going these days. We've known him in the past year for his long flowing locks that he'd have to tie up. He's gone for the shaved head now in a new attitude, and he brought it to that left. Great opening ride for Marco Giorgi.
He could see himself on the championship tour. He's been working at it for a long time.
And he's had a history of surfing really well here on the North Shore too, so things are setting up. Speaking of surfing really well here on the North Shore, Jack Robinson does just that, and he was able to spin a backhand air reverse there. A little spicy and a little innovation from Jack Robinson, Peter.
And he's got that ability. He really does. You take a look at this wave here. And this one moved off the reef, so it wasn't going to give him a ton of good opportunity on that outside section, but he knew that it was going to give him a steep inside section. So he put everything on that final maneuver, and it paid off for him. He pulled out of it. And then Marco, good rhythm for him. That's his forte. He likes to use those combination of major moves. He's got a good ocean read, so he's always on good waves throughout his heats. Good competitive savviness, which he's done. He's milked this wave all the way to the inside. Was able to get 2 more maneuvers on that final section. Going to be an all right number for him on his first wave.
So we are waiting for scores. Second wave for Jack Robinson, first wave for Marco Giorgi. And in live action, we have Elijah Gates continuing to show that really spicy, sparky, light-footed approach that he's been able to bring to these little Haleiwa lefts. Right behind him, these guys are staying in a similar rotation. Right behind him, Nat Young. Nice snap there for Nat. And
that was something that that wasn't a surprise to him. But as you see the replay here of Elijah Gates, another great surf wave by him. And could improve on the 4.10, but you know, he really flourishes in the high quality waves, really, truly. That's where he gets that inspiration. Again, you can grind, and you want to grind. There's some gratitude from that happen, but really it's truly about
iron out. And we're also waiting to confirm that first score for Marco Giorgi. So judges playing a bit of catch up, but Elijah Gates is not going to let them catch up in very fast fashion because he's staying busy out there. I think that was his 4th wave ridden already.
And it's, you know, stirring out of there, which is too far east in the Pacific to really focus here on Hawaii.
Marco Giorgi, this is his 2nd wave. He opened up with a 6-point ride, and oh, that was a missed opportunity right there because he could have shut the door if he got another, really good score in that similar range.
He definitely would have had his foot against the door. There, though, he left it open. So, see what these guys can capitalize on here.
Nat Cy Young. Nice little carve to start. And a closing maneuver there. Here's a replay.
So again, there's the carve. Not super committed on the carve, but it is complete. Nice finish move there. I think this is going to be kind of right around his scores that he's already put up onto the scoreboard.
What went wrong here?
Let's take a look. Two nice turns, a steeper section. Again, what happens is you get the maneuver done and you know the way it's going to close out. So you look over your shoulder and you start eyeing down the line and not complete the maneuver fully. And that one there, again, the mistake is because you're looking too far forward.
This guy's been licking his chops, I think, on these conditions. And there you go. He's been building scores throughout the heat. Previous wave was a 6.07 for Elijah Gates. He's in the lead.
And for me, it just looks like that he has some good equipment under his feet and a lot of confidence in it.
Jack Robinson. And can he pull this down? He's going to have to pet the cat out in front, and no. So that's frustrating times because it looks like he was almost there. But, of course, we need to see the surfers ride through and ahead of that white water to deem a maneuver complete.
Replay here of Elijah Gates. He completes his air reverse here. Let's take a look as he carries a ton of speed into this final section. Nice little flip. Doesn't get a complete rotation all the way around. Obviously the more difficult the maneuver is getting that board all the way around. This one just gets the tail whip, lands backwards. So that's the reverse. Landing here and then reversing out. But he does it and completes it. So it's going to be a number that will probably fall into his top two. Maybe a little shy of the 4.83, but then here's Jack Robinson, and this one he lands a little tail heavy, as you see.
Well, a 1 to 10 point scale.
It's kind of, the criteria always stays the same, but the scores will change according to that criteria.
I like it. Marco Giorgi, he's not buying into the air show. He sees Jack Robinson busting airs, Elijah Gates. He's going to stick to his game, which is solid surfing on the backhand. And it looks like he may have improved his 3.87, his low.
Take a look at the replay here. So he has priority, so the surfer's having to give way to him. A little zippy backhand, but you see how he loads up the bottom turns? So important to keep that speed. A good partner or coach is being able to communicate to the surfer that you're talking to and have them understand what they need to do.
And Marco Giorgi just proving me wrong there with a nice stock standard backside air. I like it.
Well, but he's allowed to free up a little bit because
he just dropped the 6.93 and he went into the lead. So hearing that score, mentally he said, you know what? I got to do something bigger to top my 6-point ride in my score line. As we look at Jack Robinson, it's been non-stop in this heat. So although conditions have deteriorated a bit, the consistency has played into the favor of our competitors. Nat Young up once again, now utilizing that formidable backhand that Nat possesses. And it's that quick reaction there that he's able to get on the backhand that's attained Nat scores in the past. And he's had a history of outstanding performances on the backhand. We still got 12.5 minutes counting down. Here's a replay of Jack Robinson.
Yeah, beautiful turn, nice hook. But again, giving it up right there by having that fall happen. So 2 mistakes now for Jack. Going to may cost him here because that was a pretty high quality turn. Nat Young, that zippiness that he carries on those backhand snaps, punches the fins out the back.
Water right here in Elijah Gates. So Elijah goes for a spin to win there and goes incomplete. But Elijah Gates taking a lot of coaching and mentoring from former champ Joel Centeno. Jack Robinson going to have to get busy now and has to dodge a couple of competitors. And look, with the look back to interference. But let's take a look at, this happened during the break, Peter.
So Nat picking up a smaller wave here, looking for a section, gets it. And again, a little rotation, pulls it out. That one was much quicker in his rotation, so it might improve his score line.
Now let's look at the surfers paddling out here. Couple snaps and then That was how hesitation sounds.
That all of those team riders go to for support in more ways than one, right? I need some board shorts and stickers. You can go there. If you need some support as far as surfing heats, you can do that too.
Yeah. Meat stuffing on the inside.
It's carbs with a little teeny bit of protein.
Super good. Super good. Marco Giorgi on the attack. A little bit of a bobble there, pearled the nose, but was able to pull it out, and that's not going to do it. But he is in the lead by way of a 6.93 and a 6.07.
Right, now he's got this priority, so he's going to make it happen right here. Pulling the trigger.
Pulling the trigger on this left. Bangs up into the lip once. Building speed down the line, looking for another section. Gets up in the lip again. Throws it around. A nice air reverse to close out with an exclamation point.
5.84.
What did he do? Did he do it?
Well, I like the finish. I think that there was some tentativeness to the first maneuvers there. Definitely seeing down the line, trying to look for that nice money section. As he got there, he did execute. And I think that we're going to see this number go very close. Beautiful turn there. I mean, that one there he had to cut short because he wanted to get to this section, which he gets that vertical move and then the air to finish the two turns at the end.
I with the second look, Peter.
You followed what the next best big thing was, and that snowboarding was that at the time. So, hey, I don't blame you. Although coming from Hawaii, a little tough.
That's why I was the Flying Hawaiian.
Self-proclaimed Flying Hawaiian.
No, that was my nickname, Peter. It's like it's public knowledge already. 6.73.
Oh,
Nat Young's in second. Santa Cruz is happy. Peter Mel is giggling. We're down to 1 minute and 30 seconds on the countdown. Elijah Gates now in the hot seat, needing a 5.74.
And
Jack
here he goes.
Robinson needs something bigger. Here's Elijah. What do you got for us? He's building it up for just one maneuver.
Oh!
Make it out of this heat.
Oh, look at this. A set.
This could be it.
But it's too big.
Yep. Closed out.
Again, when it's at low tide, the bigger set, they move off the reef. The left just ends up being a big mush burger. And if you're not positioned in the right spot, you can't go right. It's a bit of a bummer there for Jack. And matter of fact, he actually lost priority there too.
Elijah and just Grommen out there catching a wave. And he had a great command at the beginning of this heat, Elijah Gates. And he's going to learn a lot from his performance here and his appearance in the Hawaiian Pro. Jack Robinson, it's not over yet. Surfing for a 6.77. Needs a dynamic finish, gets the float. And that's not going to be it. So Marco Giorgi advancing on. Nat Young continues to battle through this QS series. And I'm calling a clinch performance by Nat Young. We're going to be back